Fuck all you hoes. Get a grip, motherfucker. Yeah. This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. For all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember?
What up, YouTube? It is a sneak peek 2387 back again with another video. It's been a long time, but with all that cool stuff out there on YouTube and all that cool editing that I just don't have any idea how to do, I've been trying to come up with something creative for all you viewers out there. So the best thing I could come up with was a list. My top 14 most comfortable J's, 1 through 14, as you can see. So I'm going to try to keep this video short. Let's get it rolling. As you can see, those are ones, those are threes. I have no twos to give you an accurate depiction of how comfortable they are. So in substitution, I added a pair of Spizikes, as you can see. So without further ado, let's get it cracking. I'm going to start with my 14th least comfortable pair of Air Jordan Retro shoes. Number 14 are the 14s, and the only reason I say that is because this is the only pair I have not worn. I have worn 1 through 13, but I've been waiting to get to these. I've been waiting for the summertime when it's nice out. I live in the Northeast. This weather sucks. So I have not worn those yet, so they are out of the running. Next up, number 13 are the Air Jordan Retro 12s. And the only reason they are number 13 is because I tried them on. These are a size 9.5. I'm typically a 9. But these run super big, and they look like clown shoes when they're on. And I have not worn them other than out of the house. Check them out in the mirror. So I cannot give you an honest depiction on how comfy those actually are. So next up are the Air Jordan Retro 11 lows. Remember, this list is not on every retro, every model. Obviously, these are the lows. These are not the Concords. These are not the breads. These are the lows. But these are just the models that I've worn. So, anyways, I like the colorway, but this patent leather is super stiff. I've worn these a bunch of times and it doesn't even show because the leather doesn't move. And also, when I've been wearing these, outside on my pinky toe has been rubbing. Super uncomfortable. Do not really like wearing these, other than the fact that I'm wearing 11s. So, moving on. Number 11 are the Retro 7s. These are my Olympic 7s. As you can see, the last retro release. Leather super stiff. Went out in these and couldn't bend my foot because this leather did not bend. Super uncomfortable. Felt it every time I took a step in the forefoot, and were my least comfortable shoes that I've really worn out walking around in. So next are not far from it, but are these 6s. These are a 2010 or 2011 release. Forgive me, but these are the Detroit Pistons. Close to the 7s, but not, just a little bit more comfortable. But it's almost as if I could feel the separation when I was wearing these between the patent leather on the toe and throughout and the nubuck. There were certain points that flexed and certain points that did not. but very stiff, very similar to the 7s, and not super, super comfy. All right, moving on. This pains me to say, but number 9 are the Retro 4s, because this is possibly my favorite Air Jordan model of all time. But these are obviously the 2012 Fire Red 4s. The leather on these was not very good. They were very stiff. And also I noticed wearing these out with jeans or with shorts that this heel tab in the back was digging into my Achilles every time I planted my foot, because they were so stiff. So that was not comfortable. I love wearing these. They remind me of how a fresh pair of Air Force Ones used to feel, but they were not super, super comfortable. So, moving on, number 8, what a coincidence, are the Retro 8s. We're getting a little bit more comfy. These are the Phoenix Suns, a garbage release that everyone slept on, but the sock liner is getting a little bit more comfortable, but here in the forefront still feels stiff. The materials feel cheap, not a lot of flex, and you could feel actually the points of where the straps connect to the shoe are. So they were not super comfy, but that is number 8. Number 7 are the 9s, and this is a tough one for me. They felt super comfy when I put them on. The sock liner felt good. Padding felt good. Tongue felt comfy, soft. But they are cut a little narrow here. I don't know if it's just this model. Like I said, this is just this model in particular. I don't know if the leather was stiffer than others. I've got a lot of the other 9s with nubuck or suede on the toe, but they were cut a little narrow, both inside and outside, and so walking was not super comfy, but back here in the heel and sock liner, that felt good. All right, getting down to it. Number 6 are the Air Jordan Retro 3s. These are the Crimson model, in case anyone didn't know. Very similar to the 4s, except you don't have the heel tab in the back, digging your Achilles. They do feel a little bulky on feet. Don't love it, but a little bit more comfortable. The materials in these were a little cheap, a little thin, but still more comfortable than most retros. So, next up are the Air Jordan Retro 13s. These were super comfy, but the only thing was this netting, these waffle irons, as I used to call them back in the day. You could almost feel when you were walking, you could feel it scratching the top of your foot. Oh, that good stuff right there. But padding was good. Stability was good. These were super comfy, just except for that little netting right there. So, next up are the Air Jordan Spizikes. I know these really don't count. Oh, there goes one. But since I don't have 2s, I figure I throw them in there. Padding is actually good on these. Not too stiff. Feel a lot like a Retro 1. But figure out those in the mix. So that is number 4. All right, down to it. We got 3 left. 10s, 5s, 1s. And number 3 is the Retro 1s. Now, disclaimer, right now, these are Retro 1 KOs, so this material is canvas. But these are super comfortable on. A lot of padding in the heel, soft tongue, and obviously since it's not leather or stiff materials, this canvas is super comfy. I have worn a couple pair of Retro 1s and are not quite as comfy, but I love my Dunks. I love my 1s. They feel very similar, and these feel very, very good. But these are KOs. So just putting that out there. All right. And now down to the moment. The most comfortable Air Jordan Retro is not the number 10, but these are super comfy. The padding is awesome. The cushioning and the sole is extremely good. The materials, even though the cool gray or infrared 10s, whatever you want to call them, the quality was garbage. Very, very comfortable shoe. I've worn these to work out in. I've worn these to play ball in. I've worn these out. Super comfy shoe. Can't beat it, but unless you're talking about the number one most comfortable Air Jordan Retro that I have worn, the Sneak Peek 2387, and that is the Air Jordan Retro 5. This particular model had very nice tumbled leather, so it was soft, lots of flex. The padding is fantastic in the heel, fantastic in the tongue. Only thing I can say is not a lot of ventilation. Feet sweated a little bit in these, kind of gross. But as far as comfort goes, A+. And that is it. So anyway, sorry this video ran a little long, but that is my list. 1 through 14 or 14 through 1. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Let me know what you think. Peace.